everybody. I am here to do my way too early 2025 NFL season picks. I'm going to do game by game, and hopefully I get it right. And then I'm going to do a reaction when the season ends, and I'm going to hope for the best. I don't want to get embarrassed. So opening game is Baltimore at Kansas City. I'm going to have the Ravens winning this because they just added Derrick Henry. Patriots at Bengals. Bengals are obviously going to win. The Patriots suck. Jaguars at Dolphins. Last season, the Jaguars fell off, so I'm going to go with the Dolphins on this one. Texans and Colts. The Texans added a lot of strength to both sides of the ball, offense and defense, so I'm going to go with Texans. Raiders at Chargers. I'm going to go with Chargers on this one. I just don't see the Raiders doing anything in the offseason, and plus Justin Herbert, I think, is going to have a pretty good year. So I have the Chargers winning that. Titans at Bears. I'm going to have the young Caleb Williams getting a win. Steelers at Falcons. I think the Falcons are going to win because they have two quarterbacks that can play. In my opinion, Kirk Cousins would be the better one. And with the Steelers quarterback situation, you have no idea where they're going to go. So I'm going to go Falcons on that one. Cardinals at Bills. Bills are going to win even though they did lose Stephon Diggs and a couple of their DBs. So I'm going to go Buffalo just because the Cardinals are the Cardinals. Now, Broncos at Seahawks. I'm going to go Seahawks because the Seahawks are just a much better all-around team. And then my favorite team, the Browns, are playing the Cowboys in Cleveland. This hurts me to do, but I'm going to go with the Cowboys because the Cowboys just don't lose Week 1 games. Now, Jets at 49ers. So I'm going to go 49ers. Packers at Eagles. I'm going to go Packers because I do have confidence in Jordan Love, plus the Eagles did fall off. Panthers at Saints because Panthers suck. Vikings at Giants. I'm going to have to go with the Vikings on this one just because the Giants have nothing of the quarterback situation. Commanders at Bucks. Baker Mayfield's going to have a really good season, so I think the Bucks will come out on top. And then finally, to wrap up Week 1, Rams at Lions. I'm going to have the Lions win this one. On to Week 2. Opening up Week 2, we do have the Bills at Dolphins. Dolphins are going to win this one because, once again, the Bills did lose a lot of really good players, and the Dolphins are pretty much the same. So, Jets versus Titans. The Jets are going to win because I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a comeback season after his whole leg thing. Then Browns at Jaguars. Browns are going to win because Jaguars suck. Raiders at Ravens. The two R teams. I'm going to go Baltimore because it's the Ravens and Raiders. Nothing else needs to be said. Pittsburgh Steelers at Broncos. This is going to be a really close game because both these teams' offenses are non-existent. And the better defense is the Steelers, so I'm going to go Steelers. Bengals at Chiefs. Chiefs are not going to lose back-to-back, so the Chiefs are going to win. Then Colts at Packers. Packers are going to win with Jordan Love. Chargers at Panthers. The Chargers are just way better than the Panthers. Seahawks at Patriots. Patriots suck, so Seahawks are going to win. And then now Caleb Williams versus C.J. Stroud. This could be something really fun to watch. But personally, I'm going to go Houston Texans win because they just have a much better defense. Now, 49ers at Vikings. I think the 49ers are going to win this one right here. So, then we have the Saints at Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Cowboys on this one. Giants at Commanders. Wow, this is going to suck. Commanders. Now, Buccaneers versus the Lions. Lions are going to win this one. Then we have Rams at Cardinals. Cardinals suck. Falcons at Eagles. I still think Eagles are better than the Falcons, even though it did fall off. Now, we have the Patriots at Jets. Jets are going to win. Chargers at Steelers. Chargers. Jaguars at Bills. Josh Allen somehow going to find out a way to win. He's going to be throwing to absolutely nobody and still win. He's going to put himself on the line. And then we have Packers at Titans. Packers. going to win. Texans at Vikings. I'm going to go with the Texans. It's going to be a close game because I do think JJ to JJ is going to be a really good connection. But CJ Stroud and the Texans are just going to do a lot better. So then we have the Bears at Colts. Bears are going to win. Broncos at Bucks. Bucks are going to win. Giants at Browns. Browns are going to win. Dolphins at Seahawks. Dolphins are going to win. Then we're going to have Panthers at Raiders. Raiders are going to win. I'm going to be hating on the Panthers a lot, so get ready for that. Then we have Ravens at Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Ravens because even though I'm a Browns fan and I hate the Ravens are a really, really good team. So it's going to be very, very painful for me to watch this year. So then we have Chiefs at Falcons. We're going to have the Chiefs coming out on top. And Commanders at Bengals. Bengals are going to win. Then we're going to have the Eagles at Saints. Eagles are going to win. 49ers at Rams. 49ers. And Lions at Cardinals. So Lions are going to win that. Now we have the Jaguars at Texans. Texans are going to win. Steelers versus Colts. I'm going to go Colts. Broncos versus Jets. Jets. Kansas City Chiefs at Chargers. Kansas City. Browns at Raiders. Browns. Bills at Ravens. Ravens. Titans at Dolphins. Dolphins. Bengals at Panthers. Bengals. Patriots at 49ers. 49ers. Cowboys at Giants. Cowboys. Vikings at Packers. Vikings. I don't know why you look at the Vikings and say 49ers. Then we have Rams at Bears. Bears. Cardinals at Bucks. A little rematch from the wild card round. Bucks are going to win. Saints at Falcons. I'm going to have the Falcons winning this one. Commanders at Cardinals. Commanders. Seahawks at Lions. Lions. In the first 4 weeks, the Lions have 3 Monday night games. What's the NFL doing? I love watching the Lions. They're like 4? And I'm looking at the standings right now. I'm doing it on a website. And the entire NFC North is in the playoffs. Well, that's going to be fun. We're going to have the Texans beating the Bills, Colts beating Jaguars, Ravens beating Bengals, Dolphins beating Patriots, Raiders beating Broncos, Vikings beating Jets, Browns beating Commanders, Cowboys beating Steelers, Chiefs beating Saints, Buccaneers beating Falcons, Bears beating Panthers, and 49ers beating the Cardinals, Seahawks beating Giants, and Green Bay beating Rams. Colts beating Titans, Texans beating Patriots, Steelers beating Raiders, Chargers beating Broncos, Jets beating Bills, Bears beating Jaguars, Ravens beating Commanders, Browns beating Eagles. Then we're going to go with Bengals beating Giants, 49ers beating Seahawks, Green Bay beating Cardinals, Bucks beating Saints, Lions beating Cowboys, and Falcons beating Panthers. Moving on to Week 7, we have Jaguars beating Patriots, Dolphins beating Colts, Bills beating Titans, Browns beating Bengals, Jets beating Steelers, Saints beating Broncos, Texans beating Packers, Rams beating Raiders, 49ers getting their revenge on the Chiefs. Then this one's going to be a little confusing because I do think the Bucs are a really good team. I think the Ravens are a good team. Which one's better? If this was this year, this prior year, I would say the Buccaneers would win. But now, since we don't know how Baker's going to play, and now the Ravens sadly added Derrick Henry, who's going to be the bane of my existence, I'm going to go with Ravens. Chargers beating Cardinals, Lions beating Vikings, Seahawks beating Falcons, Eagles beating Giants, Commanders beating Panthers. Then we have the Texans beating Colts, Browns beating Ravens, Jets beating Patriots, Chiefs beating Raiders, Packers beating Jaguars, Dolphins beating Cardinals, Lions beating Titans, Bills beating Seahawks, Chargers beating Saints, Broncos beating Panthers. This game could go either way. It's probably going to be the toughest game of the year. Is Eagles at Bengals. All depends on who's playing better at quarterback, Jalen Hurts or Joe Burrow. But I'm going to pick the Eagles because I do think Jalen Hurts is going to do better since he's faster by a lot. Steelers beating Giants, Vikings beating Rams, Buccaneers beating Falcons, Bears beating Commanders, and 49ers beating Cowboys. Texans beating Jets, Patriots beating Titans, Dolphins beating Bills, Bengals beating Raiders, Ravens beating Broncos, Browns beating Chargers, Vikings beating Colts, Eagles beating Jaguars. And now this one is probably going to be my biggest hot take of the season. It's going to be the Buccaneers going into Kansas City and beating the Chiefs. And I'm going to predict the score being 24-21. Don't quote me on that. I think there's going to be 3 touchdowns by each team. And then Baker Mayfield is really, really good at putting together game-winning drives. And then Ryan Succop's going to go and kick like a 55-yard field goal and win. It's gonna doink off on one of the uprights and go in. Don't quote me on that either. That's probably not going to happen. Then we're going to have the Commanders beating Giants, Cowboys beating Falcons. Then the Panthers are actually going to get their first win of the season against the Saints. Just kidding. The Panthers suck. Bears beating the Cardinals. Rams beating Seahawks. And is it another Monday night game for the Lions? What is it with the NFL and giving the Lions Monday night games? And then the Lions are beat the Packers on Monday night. Ravens beating Bengals, Chiefs beating Broncos, Bills beating Colts, Chargers beating Titans, Bears beating Patriots, Commanders beating Steelers, Vikings beating Jaguars, Jets beating Cardinals, Lions beating Texans, Dolphins beating Rams, Giants beating Panthers, Saints beating Falcons, then 49ers beating Bucks, Cowboys beating Eagles, Dolphins beating Raiders, Ravens beating Steelers, Chargers beating Bengals, Chiefs beating Bills, Jets beating Colts, Vikings beating Titans, Browns beating Saints, Rams beating Patriots, Lions beating Jaguars, and then Falcons beating Broncos, then Cowboys beating Texans, Eagles beating Commanders, Packers beating Bears, and 49ers beating Seahawks. That moves us into Week 12. Browns beat Steelers, Texans beat Titans, Dolphins beat Patriots, Raiders beat Rams, and Broncos. Ravens beat Chargers. Lions beat Colts. Chiefs destroy the Panthers. I'm going to say 63-3. Also, don't quote me on that one either. Then we're going to have the Vikings beat the Bears. Buccaneers beat Giants. Cowboys beat Commanders. Seahawks beat Cardinals. 49ers beat Rams. Why do I keep saying the Rams? I mean Packers. And then not 49ers. Eagles beating Rams. I mean the Rams this time. Chiefs beating Raiders. Colts beating Patriots. Bengals beating Steelers. Texans beating Jaguars. Browns beating Broncos. Dolphins beating Packers. Chargers beating Falcons. Jets beating Seahawks. Commanders beating Titans. Ravens beating Eagles. 49ers beating Bills. Lions beating Rams. Why did I say the Rams all the time? Okay. Lions beating the Bears, not Rams. Cowboys beating Giants again. Vikings are beating the Cardinals. Saints beat Rams. I mean the Rams this time. And Buccaneers kill the Panthers. 14. And the Titans actually get their first win against the Jaguars. So congratulations to the Titans. Browns beat the Steelers. Dolphins beat Jets. Chiefs beat Chargers. Buccaneers beat Raiders. Bills beat Rams. Cowboys beat Bengals. Lions beat Packers. Vikings beat Falcons. Saints beat Giants. Eagles beat Panthers. Seahawks beat Cardinals. And 49ers beat Bears. Texans beat Dolphins. Bengals beat Titans. Jets beat Jaguars. The Browns beat Chiefs. I'm not being biased on that, I promise. I'm going to explain my reasoning because I don't want anybody in the comments going like, hey, you're wearing Browns and nah. My reasoning is last time we played them was 2 years ago, and we lost by 2 points, and that's when we had a hurting Baker Mayfield and a horrible receiving corps, and they still had Tyreek Hill. And it was in Kansas City. Now it's in Cleveland. You have good receiving corps. Deshaun Watson's not much better than our version of Baker Mayfield, but they don't have Tyreek Hill anymore. They do have Xavier Worthy, though. We'll see if he's worthy. I don't think he is. He's like 175 pounds. I'm almost heavier than him. Then we have Colts beating Broncos. Ravens shutting out the Giants. It's going to be like... I'm going to go 35-0. Chargers beating Bucks. Patriots beating Cardinals. Lions beating Bills. Eagles beating Steelers. And Falcons beating Raiders. 49ers beating Rams. Commanders beating Saints. Cowboys beating Panthers. Packers beating Seahawks. And Vikings beating the Broncos. Bears, not Broncos. Bears. They start with B's. And they go they. You know what I mean. Okay, Browns beating Bengals. The Chiefs beating Texans. Ravens beating Steelers. Colts beating Titans. Bills beating Patriots. Chargers beating Broncos. Jaguars beating Raiders. Rams beating Jets. 49ers beating Dolphins. Lions beating Bears. Giants beating Falcons. Commanders upsetting the Eagles. Arizona beating the Panthers and getting their first win. Panthers are still 0-15. Vikings beating Seahawks. Cowboys beating Bucks. Packers beating Saints. On to week 17. Chiefs beat Steelers. Ravens beat Texans. Bengals beat Broncos. Chargers beat Patriots. Jaguars beat Titans. Jets beat Bills. Dolphins beat Browns. See, I'm not being biased. I give the Browns losses here and there when they deserve it. They have a really easy schedule this year. So, they have 2 losses right now. So, shut it. Colts beating Giants. Raiders beating Saints. Bears beating Seahawks. Rams beating Cardinals. Falcons beating Commanders. Vikings beating Packers. Buccaneers beating Panthers. Cowboys beating Philadelphia. And then Lions beating the 49ers. Now week 18, the final week, and then I'm going to get into the playoffs and then my yearly awards. My offensive player of the year and MVP are definitely going to surprise you, and maybe my defensive player of the year. I have very unique awards. I'm going to go Chargers beating Raiders, Chiefs beating Broncos, Texans beating Titans. Does that make the Titans 0-17? Oh no, the Titans are 1-16. Jaguars falling to the Colts, so the Colts win. Bengals beating Steelers. Ravens beating Browns. Bills still own the Patriots. Dolphins beating Jets. Seahawks beating Rams. 49ers beating Cardinals. Packers beating Bears. Cowboys beating Commanders. Bucks beating Saints. Lions beating 49ers. No, not 49ers. Vikings. Falcons beating Rams. I promise you that's the last time I'm going to say Rams and I don't mean it. Beating Panthers. And then Philadelphia beating the Giants. On to the playoffs. On the AFC, we have the 5-seed Browns versus the 4-seed Texans. Browns are winning. Non-biased. Promise you. Chargers at Chiefs. Chiefs are going to win. And now Jets at Dolphins. Dolphins are going to win. I don't know if I mentioned the seeds. The Browns are the 5. Ravens are 1. Dolphins are 2. Chiefs are 3. Texans are 4. Browns are 5. Chargers are 6. Jets are 7. Now moving on to the NFC. The Lions are 1. An honorable mention to the Lions. They are 17-0. And I'm not biased because I'm a Browns fan, not Lions fan. Do like the Lions, though. Also, the 49ers went 16-1. So, 16-1 as a 2 seed is crazy. So, 49ers is 2, Lions is 1, Cowboys at 3, Buccaneers at 4, Vikings at 5, Packers at 6, and Philadelphia at 7. So, the Buccaneers are going to beat the Vikings in round 1. The Cowboys are going to beat the Packers in round 1. Get some revenge from last year, this prior year, or whatever you want to call it. 49ers beating the Eagles. Now, we have a little controversy here. So, this is not going to look good for me at all. This is not going to look good. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Okay. Browns beating the 16-1 Ravens. Don't judge me. Chiefs beating the 2-seed Dolphins. Then we have the Bucks falling to the Lions once again. And then we have the 49ers beating the Cowboys. So we have the 14-3 Browns versus the 13-4 Chiefs in the AFC, with Chiefs not getting their revenge and the Browns going to the Super Bowl. Oh, I already made my reasoning in the regular season. And then a very eventful NFC of the 16-1 49ers and the 17-0 Lions. So you might want to watch that. Lions come out on top. And then our Super Bowl champion. So it's going to be Browns versus Lions in Las Vegas. No, wherever the Super Bowl is. And it pains me to say, but the Lions are going to come out on top and officially complete a 20-0 record. Now, time for the awards. This is where it starts to get real. So, I'm going to start out with it simple. Comeback Player of the Year, Nick Chubb. Not biased. You could go with Aaron Rodgers. I wouldn't be mad at you. But I'm going to go Nick Chubb because he's just behind a better offensive line. Plus, he's a running back and not a quarterback. So he kind of has to do everything. Aaron Rodgers has to do everything because it's Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. And besides, all those Offensive Player of the Year awards and Comeback Player of the Year awards are awards non-quarterback awards. That's for MVP. Then Defensive Player of the Year. So these are my top 4 candidates. Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Danielle Hunter, and Max Crosby. I'm not going to go Max Crosby because it's Max Crosby. What's he going to do? Do nothing. I'm not going to go TJ Watt because he's going to miss a year. So now we have Myles Garrett, Danielle Hunter. I'm going to go Danielle Hunter winning Defensive Player of the Year because I think he should have won it this year. I'm happy Myles Garrett won it. I'm going to change my sentence. I do think Myles Garrett should have won. But personally, in second, Danielle Hunter should have come. I don't know where all that TJ Watt stuff was coming from. Danielle Hunter did really good. He had a breakout year, so I think Myles Garrett's not going to win it this year because he won it last year. Then Danielle Hunter is going to take this award. Offensive Player of the Year, this is going to be really, really, really surprising. I have Jerry Jeudy winning Offensive Player of the Year with Amon-Ra St. Brown behind him. I'm just excited to see Jerry Jeudy play because, once again, not being biased with my picks, because I'm a Browns fan, he's on the Browns now. Because if he did that decent on a Russell Wilson-led team, not saying that Deshaun Watson's any better, but I'm just excited to see Jerry Jeudy on the Browns. I'm excited about that, so I think he's going to do good. Now my MVP. No, it's not Deshaun Watson or any Browns player. Just kidding, it's Myles Garrett. No, I'm just kidding. So these are my top 3 candidates for MVP. Or top 4, actually. I'm going to go 4. Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, and Justin Herbert. It's not going to be Justin Herbert because I feel like he's going to get hurt eventually. He's going to roll his ankle, and then he's going to be out for 2 games. He's not going to win it. Josh Allen's didn't make the playoffs, so he's not winning. And then that leaves our 2. Wonderful, wonderful Baker Mayfield, who bakes more than just his name. Who did I say? I said Baker. I'm drawing a blank right now. Yeah, so I can't remember the other person. Baker Mayfield wins MVP. Oh, it's Jared Goff. Yeah, Baker, Jared Goff. Baker wins it because when you lead the Buccaneers to 12-5 in the divisional round, you deserve something. So those are my picks. Come back to this after the end of the season. Let me know how I did. And then I'm going to make a reacts video. Probably going to get very embarrassed. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot to do the division standings. Silly goose. If my computer could warm up, I could tell you guys standings. If I can get my pen right, I can tell you the standings. If I could get my pen right, I could tell you the standings. There we go. In the AFC North, we have the 1 seed Ravens being number 1. Browns behind them, then Bengals at 3, Steelers at 4. AFC East. Dolphins 1, Jets 2, Bills 3, Patriots 4. AFC West. Chiefs 1, Chargers 2, Raiders 3, Broncos 4. Texans in the AFC South. Texans 1, Colts 2, Jaguars 3, Titans 4. Now in the NFC North, Lions 1, Vikings 2, Packers 3, Bears 4. NFC West, 49ers 1, Seahawks 2, Rams 3, Cardinals 4. NFC East, Cowboys 1, Eagles 2, Commanders 3, Giants 4, and then NFC South, Buccaneers 1, Falcons 2, Saints 3, and Panthers 4. I hope you enjoyed. Hope I don't embarrass myself. And have a good day. And also you should subscribe to me because this might be the last time you see me. And you don't want to miss my great NFL content. It's top of the line NFL. Why did I get a Russian accent? Okay, goodbye.